The next brick in this house of cards is one of the founders of this little club known as Akatsuki, and the eternal vice president, the melancholic and resilient Konan. As I briefly touched on in the first video of this series, Konan is from Amegakure, or the village hidden in the rain, and it's a strong contender for worst place in the shinobi world. This place is misery incarnate and has the unfortunate distinction of being the middle position between major nations, and as a result is often the battleground for their endless spats. This naturally leads to a lot of devastation and many sad orphans. One of these sad orphans was little Konan, whose entire family perished during the Second Shinobi World War, leaving poor Konan alone. That is until she met a fellow orphan, Yahiko, who was all around likable and very resourceful. Not long after, the two encountered yet another orphan who was a dying boy named Nagato, and the two helped him recover. The three became fast friends and even sort of a family unit as they worked together to survive even in their meager circumstances. Yahiko was a visionary though, and he was not satisfied by simply scraping by. He had a need to lead, imagining himself gaining enough power and influence in order to end war and stop the creation of more orphans like them. At some point, they encountered another trio, the newly named legendary Sannin, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Tsunade. The Sannin gave the three some food, and were pretty impressed when Konan gave them a paper flower as a thanks. Orochimaru, with his ever-winning personality, suggested that they kill the three, ostensibly as a way to end their suffering. However, Jiraiya decided to stay with them and train them a bit so they could survive. They spent some time under him, gaining strength and becoming far more self-reliant, until Jiraiya eventually had to return home to the Leaf. The three eventually went on to create Akatsuki, which was intended to repair the damage to their village and function as a sort of community aid group. As has been demonstrated countless times in the shinobi world, the leadership of the village were really cool about this. Did I say cool? I meant threatened by the influence this small group Akatsuki was gaining in the area. While out on patrol one day, Konan was ambushed and captured by ninja working for the current leader of Amegakure, Hanzo. He held her hostage, threatening her life if Nagato didn't take the life of Yahiko, who was the charismatic leader of the group that was gaining so much influence. Konan wanted them to leave her and save themselves, but Yahiko decided to take the decision into his own hands, and by his own hands, I mean Nagato's hands and his chest, as he impaled himself on the very kunai that Nagato was holding. Yahiko unfortunately passed, and Nagato, in a rage, ended the lives of everyone present besides Hanzo and Konan. Hanzo did escape, but Nagato and Konan finally accepted help offered by a man claiming to be Madara Uchiha, an offer that was previously rejected by Yahiko. This is where the Akatsuki that we know begins, where Nagato assumes the identity of an entity named Pain, and Konan becomes his partner, working in the shadows to recruit other dangerous ninja who have abandoned their village in the pursuit of peace through force. They return to their former home and village, announcing their goals to the villagers, Pain ending the life of Hanzo in the process. Pain and Konan work together, assuming the role of the village's leader and pursuing their goal of world domination through the capture of the tailed beasts. Next, we'll cover Konan's abilities and skills.